Hi, I haven't been posting videos here because I've been focusing on my main channel, Zelp, basically X3LP without the live at the back, but I decided that it's about time to share something Fortnite related here. And since there's a new weapon called the Flint-Knock pistol, why not dissect it with you guys? First of all, the new pistol comes in common and uncommon rarity. The common one has a damage of 86 per bullet and fire rate of 0.33. It can only hold one bullet at a time. It takes 3.2 seconds to reload, and if you continue to fire with the weapon, you can potentially deal 28.4 damage per second. The uncommon version deals 90 damage per bullet. It has the same fire rate, 0.33. It can also only hold one bullet at a time and has a slightly faster reloading speed of 3 seconds. Its DPS, however, is 29.7 damage per second. The Flint-Knock pistol has a headshot multiplier of 2, which deals 172 damage for the common and 180 damage for the uncommon. And it does have damage fall off when attacking from a distance. The bullet, however, doesn't seem to curve or drop when shooting something far away. The common version does 131 damage to structures, and the uncommon version seems to do 138 damage to structures. This weapon does not have first shot accuracy, so if you're planning to use this pistol for damage, you have to keep in mind that there is going to be some RNG involved. Now let's talk about the utility aspect of this weapon. One of the most noticeable features is that it pushes you back when you fire. Depending on your angle, it can push you back about 3 squares length, and this is achieved when you aim at the center of a square floor piece and fire after a hop. Shooting something high up can move you a little or not at all depending on your angle, and crouching does not make you move backwards at all. While being launched to the back, your body will not be able to break structures like cannons or shockwave impulse would. And the highest you can get with a single shot seems to be about 3 wall levels above ground. I guess this means you might be able to find a quick way to take over high ground if you use it correctly. If you have more than just one Flint-Knock pistol, you can launch your way a lot higher and further if you're trying to close the distance or outrun a storm. Although the reloading takes a long time, it is still faster than just running. The reloading speed is also long enough such that you will not be fast enough to fire again while in mid-air after your first launch. But with the help of a balloon, even if it's just one, you could potentially keep yourself floating for as long as you have ammo. However, you do have to make sure that you don't go too high such that the balloon will pop. Another great aspect of this feature is that if you were to fall from a great height, you can actually prevent a lethal fall damage by firing at the ground at the right timing. I guess it is another reason that would allow people to build up really high. The last thing that I'd like to mention about this weapon is that it also pushes enemies away as to you too, which means it actually is a great weapon to create a gap between you and your opponent. If you plan your shots right, you can also push enemies off their buildings. While testing with bots in creative mode, it seems like the closer you are to a bot, the further he flies. I'm not sure if this works on teammates because of the time I tried finding this so-called common weapon in multiple games. I could not find one. However, I did hear someone using it and it seems to be relatively loud in comparison to the other weapons. So I will be handing over that part of the research to you guys. Do let me know down in the comments if you managed to give it a try. I can imagine that the developers would allow it since it makes sense, and impulses also pushes allies. By the way, heads up, impulses are back. And speaking of impulses, you can actually counter an impulse with this new pistol. Do keep in mind that this weapon is very new, so changes on its stats or rarity may occur, but hopefully not the mechanics. That is all for this video. Now I do want to point out again that this is not my main channel. I do want to get this channel growing too, but currently all my focus is on my main channel. Check it out if you could. There were some recent videos about Fortnite as well, but with that said, I am seriously thinking of making an entire series of tutorial for Fortnite to help newer players. And if you are already really good in the game, maybe you can help point out what is good and what I should do for the next episode. Hope to catch you guys there, and when that happens, like, subscribe, and bye bye.